It's a big statement, isn't it, Wayne Rooney saying? I mean, it's still a long way to go in the Premier League. Wayne Rooney saying he doesn't think United, if things carry on, I should underline that, if things carry on going the way they are, he doesn't think Manchester United will get top four. That's huge, isn't it?
It is huge, but he's probably got a point, because you look at the way Manchester United have been. I mean, the Burnley performance. I mean, they've had chances in games, by the way, but they just can't seem to string a whole 90 minutes together where they play well consistently.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
It's really bizarre. And he probably, from an outside perspective, he probably can't believe the drop-off. I mean, he spoke about it there, about Alex Ferguson, Gill, isn't it? What's his first name? David Gill, Tevez, Ronaldo, when they left. He probably can't believe the state of the football club it's in, because Manchester United every year should be,
churning out trophies,
but not falling way behind Manchester City like they are at the minute. I mean, as we speak, nearly 20 points behind Manchester City isn't good enough. So, but it is a big statement. But you look at the way Spurs are, and I'm an Arsenal fan, but when you look at what Spurs are doing under Conte, you look at the top half, take Manchester City and Liverpool out there, and Chelsea out the equation with Tuchel, Guardiola, and Pep. Did I say Pep? Pep, Klopp, and Tuchel.
No, you said it right the first time.
Yeah, Spurs have got the best manager. Other than them three, Spurs have got the best manager.
Right.
And then
they've got a manager who knows what it's like to win a league.
Exactly, knows what it takes to win a league. They've signed 2 new players, and now it looks like they're getting Harry Kane back to some kind of form going into this kind of crunch time in the Premier League. So I think I agree with him that probably Spurs look like, and they've got 4 games in hand. That they've probably got the
then if Spurs, drop points, it's Southampton they've got home, isn't it, tonight?
Yeah.
They drop against Southampton. That you wouldn't come in here tomorrow and go, never saw that coming. I mean, I expect Spurs to win, but still, it almost feels like no one wants fourth. You get West Ham get a chance, they lose. I know they didn't last night, but United get a chance, they draw.
It's a crazy one, but he's right. If Manchester United do continue as they are, really inconsistent, then I think there's going to be a problem. Okay, well, let me ask you this then, because one of the questions I asked him about, would he like to manage United one day? And of course, you not just him, but the majority of football people. I say that because I know Steven Gerrard wouldn't if he was offered. Not that he would be, but there are some people that aren't going to manage Man United. But I get the feeling that one day it's on his list of things to do. It could come up in the summer if Ralph doesn't continue and goes upstairs, etc. United are looking for a new manager. Pochettino's been linked to the club. But would you trust Ralph after what you've seen on the pitch so far? Would you trust him to move upstairs and be overseer of transfers? Well, that to my understanding is that's his deal. He's going to do what he's doing for 6 months, and then if a manager comes in, he's going to stay at the club. But is Wayne Rooney ready for the job at Manchester United? Do United fans want him to be the next manager? When are you ready? I think if he keeps Derby up this season, what an achievement that is. Yeah, that tells you just how good a manager he is. Well, and when you compare the two, and I think we spoke about this before, that we're talking hypothetically now, if he gets to the end of the season, he keeps Derby up. People have spoke about Frank Lampard at Derby, saying he did a really good job, fantastic job, but he didn't get him promoted. No, he failed. Okay, right. I know this is harsh, and I know Frank Lampard's not I'm not his biggest fan, or he's not my biggest fan, I think it should be, or both actually. But but he did fail. Yeah, his brief was get Derby into the Premier League, and he didn't do it. So, but people said he done a really good job. If Wayne Rooney keeps up Derby from this state, that's a phenomenal job. So that he could walk into a top job. Now, of course, it's like levels, isn't it? Usually, when you're aspiring to be a coach or a manager, you set the targets of, I want to manage the biggest clubs in the world one day. But sometimes, time's not on your side, and just like the Lampard at Chelsea situation, it kind of just falls into your lap. I guess if they're looking around and Wayne keeps Derby up and then he's ready for the next challenge and they feel like he's the right man for the job, he understands the club, he's been one of the best clubs the best players in that club's history, he's the highest ever goal scorer. All young coaches have to start somewhere. Some people get the luxury of starting at the very top. Some have to obviously work their way up the pyramid, which I understand. But if they come to Wayne Rooney because they believe he's the right man for the job and he feels like he's ready to take it, then I don't see a problem with that. Would you be surprised if Wayne Rooney was United's next manager? After being successful at Derby and keeps him up? No, it wouldn't surprise me. Do you think United fans want him next? If United fans had the choice between Pochettino and Wayne Rooney, who would they go for? You get some that would want to be safe and give it Pochettino, but listen, I've never been Pochettino's biggest fan anyway. Like, what he did with Spurs, getting him to a Champions League final is phenomenal, but you don't get a trophy for getting to a final. Do you know what I mean? He's gone to PSG now, and he's working with big ego players. He's good to win the league. He's won the cup over there as well. Yeah, I get that, but you've got to win. Thomas Tuchel won the league in France and got sacked. I could win it with PSG. Do you know what I mean? But then he went to Chelsea, and that's when his stock really rose, when he went and won the Champions League. I think Pochettino, even though he's going to win the league in France, I still think he's a bit flat to deceive, really. I don't think he's blown me away in the French league. So there'll be Man United fans out there that will be saying he's safe, give him the opportunity, because he seemed to be linked with Man United for ages. But I think you'll get some, though, that go, if Wayne Rooney keeps Derby up, I wouldn't mind a bit of that fight in my dressing room.